All right. Hello, hello. So was talking yesterday about so the heat is on, right? It's summertime, it'll be technically summertime on summer solstice on the 21st, but it's starting to heat up, it's starting to get hot. And so sometimes when it's hot, we don't feel like moving so much, and we probably shouldn't because of the heat, and just to notice and take care of, because as we get older, that when it's hot, the heat is can be a little bit more stressful on our body. So important to stay hydrated, yeah, and important to balance, right? To get out, yes, to take a walk, but maybe you do it earlier in the morning or in the evening when it cools down, yeah, and take care of your body. Good. All right. So we're just going to begin our practice with let's shake off, get rid of lots of tension. Yes, all the tension that we tend to build up. Oh, good. And roll the shoulders and wiggle the toes and move fingers. Yeah, just paying attention to our entire body in this practice, and then relax. Good. So not only we can get overheated and warm in our body, but any point in time in the year, we can get overheated in our mind. That's like too many thoughts, anxiety, worry, all of that stuff. And so it's a good practice. This practice helps us to also cool down the mind when the mind, yeah, gets too much. So we're going to practice a little Satali breath. It's a cooling breath. And the other day I was sitting at a function on Sunday, and it was hot, it was 80, 90 degrees. And so I just started to practice this cooling breath. So if you find yourself, maybe you get in your car, during the beauty of Zoom is if it's 90 degrees, you don't have to get in your car and drive to yoga. You can do it right here in the comfort of your own home, in your cool home. But to practice that little cooling breath. So we've done it before, and I'll just remind you. So we'll be breathing in. We're going to be taking deep breaths. And when we breathe in, you're either going to roll your tongue, if you can do that. Some people can, some people, it's not easy. And if that's not something you can do easily, just open your mouth slightly and relax your tongue. Just let your tongue lay on the bottom of your mouth and breathe in through your mouth. And this is probably one of the only times I'll tell you to breathe in through your mouth with your tongue at the bottom. But having the breath come across your wet tongue is like a little swamp cooler in your body. Same thing with the rolling, right? The breath goes through the wet tongue. And if any of you have a swamp cooler, you know that that's a way of cooling, right? Cooling the space. So we'll do that and have our own little personal installed swamp cooler at our beck and call when we need it. So let's sit up tall, right? Lift the heart, relax your shoulders back and down. Bring your palms up on your lap. So your spine is tall, your body's relaxed, right? But you're not over stiff, right? Your body's relaxed, heart lifted. Let's close our eyes, come into this space. So let's just begin today with a primordial sound of Om together. We'll just take one Om here. Actually, let's do three, right? So that sound of Om is a connection. Excuse me. It's an energy connection that we connect to our environment, the people around us, right? We're all connected to the universal energy. So let's just take a cleansing breath in through the nose. And just let it out easily through the mouth with a nice little sigh. Okay. And now let's take a big breath in for Om. Om. And just easily extend that sound of Om as long as you can. Good. And now take a breath in again for Om. one more, take a breath in. Relax the breath. Feel the connection. Just feel that everything belongs to you in this earth, in this environment, and you belong to everything. We are all connected. Yeah. And now let's do a few rounds of the Satali breath. So either rolling your tongue or again, just letting the air come across your tongue as you breathe in. So breathing in and then close the mouth and breathe out your nose. And again, breathe in with the rolled tongue or just open the mouth slightly. Close the mouth and breathe out the nose. So just continue for 5 more breaths at your own pace. Breath is nice and long and relaxed. And again, you're closing your mouth as you exhale to re-wet the tongue with your saliva. Tiny little pauses at the top and the bottom. Long breaths. And one more at your own pace. And as you breathe out, relax the breath now. Yeah. Just coming to your natural breath. And just notice the effects of that breath. Notice if it felt cooler. It also helps to slow the breath down. And whenever we slow the breath down, our mind slows down, right? Our central nervous system slows down. And that, by definition, is cooling, relaxing. Yeah. Okay. And now when you're feeling ready and complete, you may gently begin to just flutter your eyes open. Good. Yes, isn't that nice? Isn't that cool? No pun intended, that you have this little system. And I forget about it, but then, again, the more we practice it, the more you think about it when you need it, right? Wow, it's really hot, and just like you can even do it, when you're out and about. If you just, nobody will notice that. And even if they do, then teach them how to do it. Bring them along to this beautiful yogic breath. All right, let's relax. Let's just shake again, shake and move the body, wiggle the legs. Good. All right. And then let's just bring a little movement to the body. So just rub your arm and rub the other arm. And a few weeks ago, we mentioned that the skin is our largest organ. We need to pay attention to our skin, our legs. Yeah, all these little tiny, well, trillions and billions of cells. Yeah, waking them all up. Good. Neck. Just give yourself a nice massage with your neck. Yeah. Good. Yeah. And relax. Wiggle out the shoulders. Let's take a nice breath in. Find your nice tall spine here. Good. And as you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Relax your shoulders back and down, feet planted on the floor. Good. And now we're going to just roll our head up to the right, just to the right shoulder, and drop your chin back down. And then roll your head halfway up to the left shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, and down. And right ear to right shoulder, and down. Left ear to left shoulder, and down. And now right ear to right shoulder. And then bring the chin up and head over to the other side and left ear to left shoulder. Some little circles with the head. Yeah. Nice and easy. Don't go back too far when you come up. Keep that back of the neck long. Yeah. And whatever way you're circling, the next time that your chin comes to your chest, pause and circle the opposite direction now. Inhaling to one side, exhaling as you come back down. Yeah, opposite circles. Again, take this slow. You don't want to strain your neck muscles. They can be tight, they can be stiff. And the next time that the head comes forward, pause. Good. Press down into your feet, slowly bring your body back up. Good. Relax your shoulders down. And press into your feet, lift your shoulders up, just gently to your ears. Exhale down. Press into your feet to lift your shoulders up again, maybe a tiny bit higher towards your ears. And exhale down. Good. And then bring your shoulders forward and up and back and down. Forward and up, back and down. Pause and then go opposite direction with your shoulders. Good. I just got a nice little adjustment in my right shoulder. Good. Loosening up. Good. And then shake it out. Shake out your hands, flop your hands around. Good. Bring your legs out a little bit wider. Here, pressing down into your feet, knees at a 90-degree angle. Lift the heart, look up. Good. A nice big breath in. Exhale it out. Maybe hinge forward just a little bit. Open up your legs just a little wider. Just getting into these inner thighs. Press into your feet, come back up. And keep the head above the shoulders as you come forward. Just a little bit. Start to feel that stretch on your inner thighs. We're just warming up. Coming back up. Good. And now toe heel your feet a little more narrow. Your legs more narrow. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, come forward. And then push off with your left foot to come to the right. And then slowly come back. Tuck your tummy in. Over to the other side. And forward. So just do a couple body rotations in one direction. Good. Maybe you get a little bit bigger, but this should not be uncomfortable. No tweaking anywhere in your body. Next time that you come forward, pause, and you'll reverse, go the opposite direction. Good. And the next time you come forward, pause. Press down into your feet, slowly bring your body back up, and then toe heel your feet back to about hip distance apart. And then you're gonna lift your heels, drop your heels, lift your toes. Drop your toes, lift your heels. So just do that like a little rocking horse with your feet. Getting a nice stretch there. Good. Good. Next time you lift your toes, pause. Lift them up a little higher if you can, or just energetically imagine you're lifting your toes up a little higher. Breathing. Yes, starting to feel that strength in those front ankles, challenging that strength. And maybe lift them up a little higher. Yeah. Okay. And on your next exhale breath, relax your toes down. Do a couple more rocks here to relax your ankles. Good. All right, and then bringing your arms forward, bring your fingers up, and just bring them in and out, in and out. Good. So you feel this all the way up your shoulders, sort of starting to rotate your shoulders as well. Good. And relax. Roll out the shoulders. Slide your right hand up towards your left shoulder. Massage the top of your shoulder. Massage that muscle at the top there. Yeah. Pause. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, whew, relax and just let go of that tension. Just drop it out to the floor. And then slide your right hand to your left, or your left hand to your right now. Give that a little massage. Good. Owie on this side for me today. Not owie, just ooh, ooh. Take a breath in, pause, exhale, throw that tension out. Shake out the hands, roll out the shoulders. Good. All right, relax your arms down, find your posture, that tall spine, press into your feet, and slowly, really pay attention to your shoulders here as your arms go up. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Yes, once the arms are to where they're comfortable for you, fairly comfortable, this is a challenge. There'll be a little discomfort. Stretch your fingers out to either side and breathe. Nice long, slow, deep breaths. Each time you exhale, try to relax your shoulders. Good. And now point your fingers up towards the sky and press into your palms. Big breaths. And at any point in time, you can take a break. Try to breathe through the little bit of discomfort. Pause, and then bring your fingers down and take the tops of your hands and reach them to the other side of the room. Breathe. Nice big breath. So the more challenge that happens, the deeper you breathe. Yeah. We tend to do the opposite because we're in a stress. We tend to hold our breath and our body's screaming for oxygen. Yeah. Take another breath in. How we doing? Relax the hands, exhale, relax the shoulders as you just let your arms that now weigh about 50 pounds each, relax and just let the weight of your arms hang towards the floor. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders, just feel the top of your shoulders stretch just with the weight of your arms. Stretches the side of your neck. Yeah, nice long deep breaths here. Good. And then you can open your eyes, bring your hands onto your lap. Good. Little cat-cow. So scooting forward in your chair if you're not there already. Inhale, lift the heart, slide your hands up, reach your elbows back. Exhale, slide your hands forward. Drop your head, just relax your head forward. Press into your feet, lift up, slide hands back. All the way, reach those elbows. See if you can imagine they touch each other behind your back. And exhale, slide forward. Good. And one more, slide the hands up, reach back, and relax and release. Just back to a nice tall spine. Relax your arms down, float them out. Again, nice posture. We're gonna go side to side. We're gonna start low. And just rocking the body side to side. You're pressing gently into your toes to stabilize your body. And then very slowly, now that we're nice and warmed up, start to raise your arms up. Yeah, a little higher. Maybe a little higher. So just at your own pace, maybe a little higher. Yeah, you decide. Wherever it's comfortable. There should be no pain in your shoulders. Yeah. Good. And when you reach your pinnacle, then start to slowly lower. Slow as you can. Side to side. Lowering, smiling, breathing. Just warming up that spine, giving it some movement. Our body is designed to move, even the spine. Yes, especially the spine. Yeah, and come back to center. Good. And relax. Yes, when we don't move a lot as we get older, and sometimes we have an ache or pain and we don't tend to push ourselves through that discomfort, everything starts to stiffen up. So even this little move side to side, if you can do that, or moving the legs a little bit, or opening and closing the fingers regularly. You don't have to do anything crazy, right? But just keeping and wiggling the toes, little things like that, that help just keep the body and the muscles and the tendons moving a little bit. You know, even if you're laying in a bed, if you happen to, you know, have a little stay in the hospital, hopefully not, but if you do, you can do all these self things in laying down in your bed to just say, okay, what can I do? What kind of little yoga movement can I do with my body? Yeah. And a little bit goes a long way. All right. So let's make our way to standing. I'm going to slide the heels back just slightly, keeping that head above the shoulders, hinging forward, keeping a nice tall spine, and just make your way up as gracefully as you can to your stand. I like to do it on a big inhale breath. So let's take a breath in, exhale it out. And on the big inhale, press into your heels, lift your chin like you're leading with your chin in your chest. Yes, and make your way to your chair. Good. Okay, so let's just move the body a little bit. Yes, giving some awareness to your body and how it feels today. Noticing any little aches or pains, but also noticing, wow, my body feels really good today. You know, maybe that's what your mind is telling you today. Yes, again, we do tend to go right in and focus on the negative. That's our fight flight, you know, trying to keep us safe. But, you know, we've learned to take that overboard. Wiggle out the feet. Good. Shake it out. And coming to our mountain pose. Kneecaps lift, palms forward, shoulders back and down. Chin tucked back slightly. Yes, tailbone tucked slightly. Ha, feel tall, feel strong. Yes, I can do this. All right. Let's take a nice big breath in and let it go. Ha, good. All right, let's come to a little movement now. Let's take a little walk. Good. Let's just starting a march. Start to march. Good. And now take a few steps forward and a few steps back and a few steps forward and back. Good. And now we're going to take a few steps forward and look to one side and look to the other side and back, look to one side and look to the other side. Yeah, just take this as it's comfortable for you. Just little turns of the head as you're walking forward and back. This is really good balance challenge. Don't do it. Don't turn your head if that's feeling uncomfortable. Good. And relax. Good. Walk right back into your mountain pose. Take a breath in and let it go. Ah, good. Widening our stance just a little wider, softening our knees. Let's do our side to side here. Nice arms relaxed. Do it 100%. I know we do this every time, but what can you do differently? Can you exhale louder maybe? So we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Maybe your stance is a little wider. Maybe it's a little narrower. Ha. 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 Maybe you're lifting the opposite heel as you go side to side. Ha. 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 Now change the direction that you were exhaling and inhaling. So just in mid ha, change ha where you exhale. Ha. Maybe you tap your low back with your hands as it goes back, waking up the adrenals, getting some energy into the kidney area. Ha. One more. Ha. And slowly come back to center. Yeah, anytime you have to think about something while your body is moving, that's really good practice, right? For fall prevention, for our balance, right? Because the mind is thinking, I've got to think this, but my body's doing this. So it's really great for our brain for that gray matter. So speaking of the gray matter in our brain, I'm just thinking about this. I did this, I think, on last Friday's class. So if you weren't there, there's a thing called super brain. We've done this before. It might have been a little while. But if you're ever feeling like you want more energy, that you're feeling like, oh my God, I can't think of words, like how many times do I do that? You can do this little exercise. So we're gonna practice just a few squats just to warm up. So take a breath in. As you exhale, just lift your arms and sit back. Just nice and easy. And then come back up. Exhale, sit back and up. And now inhale, sit back and up. Good. And one more. Good. All right. So that's basically the lower body movement. So we're going to take our, you're going to start with your left hand, right? And bring it to your right ear, and your right hand and bring it to your left ear. So the earlobes have a lot of energy points that sort of ignite the gray matter in our brain, right? They're these little acupressure points. Good. So we're just gently holding on. Yeah. And the crossing of our upper body sort of ignites that left-right brain. Those, as you know, the right dictates the left side of the body and the left dictates the right side of the body. So it's balancing that, right? And the squatting is pumping oxygen and energy up to the brain, right? So as we inhale, we're gonna take that little squat, and as we exhale, we're gonna come up. So in and out of your nose, right? And we're gonna do it as quickly as is comfortable for you. So we're gonna inhale, exhale, and big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Two more. And relax. Release the arms down. So that's just something that you can do to get energy going in your brain and your body, right? There's so many things going on there. We're oxygenating our body, right? We're cleansing with our breath. Again, that left-right connection. Again, even when you rub your ears, like sometimes if you're just an easy thing to do is just rub your earlobes and get those acupressure points to send, to increase gray matter in the brain. Yes, the body is an amazing, beautiful, like human machine. Yes, our little vehicle that our spirit's running around in this life. Good. All right, pop back into so that's called super brain. The one thing how to remember that is just start with your left, right? And then everything else sort of comes. And inhale as you go down, and exhale, you're exhaling. So those two things, right? Start with your left, inhale down, yeah, and then you'll catch it. So give that a little experiment this week if you're feeling like, yeah, I need some energy here. Good. All right, coming into little side bends for our spine. Inhale, reach the arm out and up, that right arm. Good. Let's take a breath in. If you have shoulder issues or it's uncomfortable, you can always be in cactus, right? And relaxing that shoulder, right? Good. All right, so bringing the arm up as much as you can. Take a breath in. As you exhale, reach that right arm, reach those fingers up. Feel the stretch in your rib cage as you press into your right foot and reach that left arm up. Yeah, your right arm rather. Good. Now take a nice big breath in, exhale it up. On an inhale breath, reach the left arm out and up, and grab onto the right wrist with your left hand. Good. Now notice your rib cage. See if you can relax your low rib cage down. Yeah, tendency is to poke your rib cage out, push your spine forward. You don't want to do that. You want a nice straight spine. Good. Arms ideally in line with the head. Good. Take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees a little bit and guide that right arm up and over with that left hand. Again, just gently helping that stretch on the right side with your left hand, not over yanking, not over stretching. You're breathing. 2, breathing for 1, and then inhale, slowly come back up. Good. Gently release that right hand. Bring your arms into a little cactus. Yes, take a breath in halfway. As you exhale, release your arms the rest of the way down. Try to relax your shoulders. Yes, and do it slow. Good. And relax and shake out the arms. Maybe give your shoulders a little roll. Good. Do the other side. So slowly, palm up, float that left arm up towards the sky. Again, you can be in cactus. You don't have to hold on to the wrist. But if you're in cactus pose here, yeah, when we're gonna do our bend, you'll just, you're not gonna be holding your wrist. Well, I guess you can try. Yeah, but you're gonna just reach that left arm up wherever you can, or be in cactus, or maybe it's not as far. Take a breath in. As you exhale, reach those left fingertips up, stretch up as far as you can. Try to touch the ceiling. Yeah, good. Another breath in. Exhale it out. On an inhale breath, slowly reach the right arm up if it's comfortable for you. You cannot use this hand either. You can just leave that right arm down. Yeah, take a breath in. As you exhale, stretch up with that right arm, and then reach up and over with the left arm. Yeah, up and over with the left arm. Just let that right arm help to guide you long on that side. Press into the left foot. So you're reaching over to the right. Breathe. 2, breathe. 1, press into your feet. Slowly come up and gently release. And slowly let the arms through cactus arms. Yeah, you can pause if you need to. As you exhale again, relax the shoulders as the arms float down. Good. And then roll out your shoulders, shake it out. Good. And coming into just a nice, now gentle, let's come into your mountain pose first. Good. Let's take a breath in. And let it go. Good. Reset for our forward fold. So you can use the back of your chair if you like, if your chair is in front of you, or you can use your thighs. We're just going to come into a nice little back bend here. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, soften your knees and slowly start to send your hips back. And either hands on your chair or hands can be on your thighs. Just come gently over as far as you can. First looking at the floor. Good. And so there should never be any discomfort in your low back. If that's the case, back up a little bit. Yeah. Or tuck your tummy up. Take a breath in. If it's available to you, you can just relax the top of your head down towards the floor. If you're feeling too much pressure, if you're having allergies, sinus issues, or eye issues, if it feels like too much pressure, then just lift the head up to where it's comfortable. And breathe. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths here. Enjoying this inversion. So forward folds are more cooling poses. Back bends tend to be more heating. Just relaxing your breath. Letting the oxygen come to the upper body. Good. And now when you're ready, start to walk your hands up your thighs. Yeah, keep your head down. Slowly, slowly bring your body up, pressing into your feet as you come up as well. And then once up, the head floats up. Relax the shoulders. Good. Roll it out. Find your mountain. Yes, tailbone tucked, kneecaps lifted. Take a breath in and let it go. Another way to get your heart rate going and to get the blood pumping up to your brain is just coming up and down. So let's just come up and down, lifting our heels. Yeah. And engaging those calf muscles a little bit. So again, this is a tiny little movement here. You can be holding onto your chair. You're feeling a little, a little bit of a challenge is good, but if you're feeling not, like you're going to tip over, you can hold on to something. But again, something you can do so easily for yourself. Yes. And that it's so, if the calves are the muscles that pump the blood and the oxygen up to the upper part of your body, right? So you're helping your heart here. Yeah. Good. And relax. And just gently wiggle out. Good. Let's come to a little bit wider stance, soften your knees. And let's just do little circles with the hips. Start to open up the hips just a little bit. Good. And then reverse, go the opposite direction. Okay. And come back to center. Coming back to our mountain pose. Good. And relax. All right, we're going to take a little walk here. So stepping back a few steps, like we did when we were marching, we're going to take a little walk. And as you take a step, you're going to look to one side and then to the other side as you keep stepping forward. Again, such good practice. So let's just take about 3 or 4 steps forward. You can start with either foot and look to one direction and then look to the other direction, nice and controlled. One direction. It's a little bit harder than it looks, and other direction, and then pause. And now going back, that's the challenge. Step back, look to one side, and then look to the other side as you step back, and other side as you step back, and other side as you step back, right? So that takes a little bit of coordination, but it's so good for us, especially now as we take walks and we're looking at trees and we're looking at flowers and we're looking at a friend that we're walking with. Yeah, it really helps to that brain-body connection. Okay. So coming into a little bit more of a challenge here. Here's where you're going to probably need your chair here. Yeah, good. All right, so again, a little bit of coordination. We did something similar to this last week, but we're going to just take it a little further here. Good. So you're having your chair handy here. Good. And so you're going to bend your outside knee. Good. And then you're going to lift your arm, your outside arm. Good. And we're going to take our head and our arm and look off to the side. And then coming back to center. Good. And then releasing that down. Good. And now we're going to take our arm forward again, and now lifting our knee. And today we're going to take a head, arm, and leg and move it out to the side and back in and release. Good. All right. And now, not that we're going to not have our hands on our chair here, but we're going to just have the hand just touching here, nice and gently. Yeah. We can start with holding your chair, bending your knee, raising your arm. And if you just do that with your foot on the floor, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. If you want to lift your knee, and now we're going to take the head, arm, and just see if you can touch your chair, the front of the back of your chair, not holding on. Yeah. And again, that wobble is good. And then slowly coming back forward and releasing it down and relax. Good. Okay, and so we're going to do the other side, but let's just first practice our little squat on this side. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to squat back. Good. And then see if you can dim your eyes or close your eyes here. And see if you can relax your hands down or bring your hands forward. So coming into chair pose with your eyes closed. Yeah. Good. And breathe. 2, 1. And then open your eye and slowly come back up. Good. All right. So let's go over to the other side. And do that little leg thing on the other side. Okay, so yes. So starting into a nice mountain pose, bending the outside knee. Yeah, try to keep your body upright, keep your posture. Good. And now just bending the knee, bringing the arm forward and taking your head and your arm slowly out to the side and bringing them back forward and release. Good. And now if it's available to you, we're starting with a bent knee. See if you can lift your knee and see if you can take your knee, arm, and gaze out to the side. And slowly back forward and release. Good. And now thirdly, and wiggle it out. Now, yeah, instead of holding the chair, see if you can just touch your fingertips to the front of your chair. That'll be enough of a support for some of us with our brain saying, okay, I see that I can always hold on to the chair. Yeah, so bending, lifting the knee if that's available, bringing your palm, your fingers just touching, and slowly taking everything out to the side, knee, arm, and gaze. Yeah, and slowly coming back forward. Good, and release. Good, and shake it out. Okay. All right, we're gonna be coming into a little tandem. So we're gonna take the inside leg here and step it back. Yeah, good. All right, so we're on a tandem here. Good, and we have the chair handy here. Good. Now, see if you can halfway close your eyes or fully close your eyes. And so when we're in a little bit of a tandem, the brain is a little bit challenged here because your feet aren't together in that nice mountain pose. You can just notice that there's a little wobble. It's okay, your chair's right there. Yeah. And now opening your eyes. And now we're gonna add a little bit more of a challenge here. So you're in your tandem here. And now we're gonna lift the heels up and see if you can look through your eyelashes or close your eyes. Yeah, good. And you may notice a little bit more wobble. Good. And then open your eyes and release your heels down. Good. And now, again, we're gonna challenge ourselves with just maybe a finger or just gently touching the front of your chair here. So coming up onto it, lifting your heels, good. And then softening your gaze, or even covering one eye. Yes, and you can keep the other eye open. Maybe closing both eyes. And see if you can just lightly touch the front of your chair. Yeah, that's more of a challenge. You've got it, you've got it, you've got it. And now opening your eyes and releasing down. Good. And bringing that back leg forward. Good. We'll just go over to the other side. You can stay on this side of your chair. So now sending the opposite leg back. Good. All right, you have your chair handy here. Good. And again, just start with closing the eyes. Maybe even lifting your hand off the chair. Yeah. In that tandem. Opening your eyes and relaxing, holding the chair. All right, now we're gonna lift the heels. Good. And soften your gaze or close your eyes. And good. Breathe. Again, noticing little wobbles. Again, that's good work. And then opening your eyes and releasing your heels. Good job. And now finally, we're gonna just be touching the tip of our chair. You can even float your hand off if you'd like, if that's available. And again, option is just to cover one eye. So lifting the heels and either covering one eye or softening the gaze, yeah, or closing the eyes. And now see if you can just gently touch your tips of the fingers on your chair, or even lift the hand up off the chair. And breathe, 2 and 1. Open your eyes and release. That is challenging. Doesn't look like it's hard, but it is. Shake it out. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. Let's come into a little downward facing dog here. Yeah. Oops. Actually, we're gonna just make our way back to our chair, I think. Yeah. Good. Let's just stand in front of our chair here. Find your mountain pose. Good. That was good work up there, everybody. Take a breath in and let it go. Good. Bringing your hands onto your thighs, sending your hips back. Pause. Good. Take another breath in. As you exhale, see if you can reach back a little further with your hips. Come a little closer to your chair. And then breath in. And then bringing your hands to the front of your chair and slowly just letting your hips float to your chair. Good. All right. Little stretching of here for our legs before we end. So we're going to take your right leg and bring it out to the side. Nice tall spine. Bring both hands onto this thigh, onto the left thigh. Get a nice tall spine. Take a breath in. And as we breathe out, hinge forward. So stretching the hamstring. Yeah, elbows can be out or just relaxed. Good. And find a couple breaths here. And each time you exhale, see if you can hinge a little bit further forward, getting a nice stretch in that hamstring. Good. 3, and for 2, and for 1. Press into your thigh with your hands and slowly bring the body back up. Find a nice tall spine and see if you can point your toes forward, that right toe forward and down towards the floor. Good. Stretching again, the top of that ankle. And then relax that right foot. Start to slide the right foot back. And then keep sliding it as far back as you can until the heel starts to lift. And then stop. Press that heel into the floor, stretching the calf. Did some work with that calf muscle, so we want to stretch that calf muscle. Yes. Good. 1, and then slide the foot back next to the other one. Good. And now we're going to take this right leg and we're going to step it out to the side. A little bit more hip opening. You can take your hands and try to widen your legs here, much as is comfortable. And breathe. Nice tall spine. Yeah. 2, and 1. And now we're going to take this left knee and bring it down towards the floor and turn to the side of the chair. There's just a little lunge here. Yes, so you can just bring your knee forward. You can bring it straight down. Yes, situate your hips so that this sitting hip is nice and grounded on your chair. And then with that right hand, hold the back of your chair and we're going to reach the left arm forward. Good. Now take a nice big breath in, find your posture. As you exhale, lean forward. Imagine that you're grabbing onto a handle of something like a door that you want to open. And then glide your shoulder and arm back as you lean back slightly. You're grabbing and pulling that door open or closed. Good. And then release, relax, and relax that down. Good. And then slowly find your way back to your front of your chair. Good. All right. Now we're going to extend the left leg out. Good. Again, situate yourself so that you have a nice tall spine. And then that toe is up. The left toe is up. Knees bent a little bit. Both hands rest on that right thigh. Take a nice big breath in. Get a nice tall spine. As you exhale, press your belly button forward as you hinge forward. So we're not leading with the head, we're leading with the belly button and the chest forward. And breathe. Few breaths here each time you exhale. See if you can lean a little bit more forward. Yeah. Now pressing into the right foot, slowly bring the body back up. See if you can point that left toe as far forward as you can. Stretching the whole top of the foot, top of the ankle. Stretch, 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 and release. Slide that left foot back all the way until you are getting a nice stretch on that calf and your heel is grounded, not lifted. And breathe. 2 or 1. Good. And then slide back forward, both hands onto your thighs. Yeah, nice. Then we're going to take the left leg out. Good. Bringing your hands into the inside of your legs and see if you have some space to open up just a little wider. Here. Good. Nice tall spine. And relax. And now slowly make your way into a little lunge, bringing the knee forward or down, situating your hips on your chair. Good. Grabbing the back of your chair with your left hand, reaching your right arm forward. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lean forward, stretch forward. And then as if you're grabbing onto a handle, pulling from your shoulder back, pulling that door back. Yeah, so leaning back a little bit, tuck the tummy in, little core work, and then slowly come back forward, release that down. Good. And you can just bring that leg up or however it's comfortable for you to make your way back to the front of your chair. Oh, good. The upper body stretch until before we do our relaxation. Yeah. So we're just going to reach our arms open, nice and relaxed, and stretch your arms back and look up. Yeah. And breathe. Just opening up that chest. Good. And then exhale, relax. Good. We're going to bring our right arm across and hug our left arm in. You can do it either towards the upper arm or you can do it below the elbow. However, it feels like where you need a stretch. Good. And now make a fist with that right hand and just start to roll your hands into circles. And then roll the other direction. Good. And release, relax that down. Good. And again, we're going to open our arms. Stretch back. It's like you're getting up in the morning and you're stretching. Look up slightly. And exhale, come back in. Good. Take the left arm across and hug it in, either high or you can do it wherever it's comfortable. Yeah. Make a fist with that hand and just do some circles. One direction. And circle the other direction. Good. And then relax that down. Relax both arms down. Take a breath in. And let it go. And now stretch your arms back like an airplane. Again, opening the chest. Good. Look up slightly. Now, if there's something you can grab onto the frame of your chair somewhere, or maybe the sides of the seat of your chair. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just let the body drop forward and the head drop forward. And breathe. 2, 1. And then press down into your feet. Slowly start to bring your body back up. Good. Release your hands, shake out your fingers, flop them around. Good. And let's prepare for our final relaxation, Shavasana. So sitting back into your chair here. Yeah, good. Getting comfortable. Feel free to lay down on the floor if you have time and that's how you like it. Making sure that your back is supported, hands up on your lap. And then take a couple seconds to get nice and comfortable. And then close your eyes. Good. So take a nice breath in and let it go. If you want to do a couple of the Satali breaths, the cooling breath, just bringing the air in through the tongue or on top of the tongue. And breathing out, cooling yourself back down. On your next exhale breath, just relax the body. So our mind tends to go to the negative. And your mind delivers to your body what you tell it. So just sending in some positive energy. You can say 3 things in your head. Saying, I am strong. I can do this. Never give up. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, relax your shoulders, your arms, fingers. Feel your heart relax. Your belly soft. Hips relaxed. Your thighs. Your hamstrings. Your calf muscles. Your feet. Your toes. The whole body's relaxed. Whole body relaxed. Take a soft breath in with a little smile. Breathe out with a smile. Letting go of all of your efforts. Just for 1 more minute. Slowing down. Cooling down. Become aware of any thoughts and just let them be. Let them spread And spread up to the ceiling and up to the sky and up to the stars. Take a breath in and let it go. Notice how you feel. And feel free to remain here for as long as you'd like. Should you choose to slowly come back, begin to wiggle your toes and fingers. Sway the body side to side. Notice if the smile is still on your face. And coming back to stillness. Bringing your hands into prayer position, resting them onto your heart. A nice big deep breath in, fill the heart, fill the lungs. And as you exhale, bow your head. Relax your shoulders. And tell yourself, I am strong. I can do this. Never give up. When you're feeling ready and complete, you may gently begin to flutter the eyes open as you lift your head. And I thank you all for coming and taking such beautiful care of yourself. Remember your little swamp cooler. Have an amazing rest of your day. Stay comfortable, stay cool. Namaste. And thank you, everyone.